Check 1 2, check 1 2 3, check 1 2. Hope everybody can hear me.
I think so. I think we're almost ready to start. Let me see, let me refresh my thing. Hey guys, just checking one thing really fast about the new microphone setup. Okay, great. Well, hello guys. I'm so glad you could make it for today's Fireside Chat, or tonight's Fireside Chat, episode 2. And finally, we got good audio. I found a way to rig up my microphone and Blane's microphone to get much better audio than last time. And so Blaine, give us a good little check. See if we can hear your voice well.
Check 1 2, check 1 2 3.
Good job. Well, I think we're going to get started by playing a few songs, bluegrass style. We're going to start off with a song, a Flat and Scruggs number. It's called Salty Dog Blues. And since it's the love month of February, we thought we'd do 4 songs that are more love themed, and some of them are for heartbreak as well. And so we're going to appeal to both sides, the love and the heartbreak. And we're going to start off with a Flat and Scruggs song. This one's called The Salty Dog Blues. But first, let's get our instruments. I'm so glad the mics are working now. I was disappointed in the results from last month.
Watch your banjo head so you don't hit me.
That's right. So I'm going to change the position of my microphone and have to change yours as well.
Just
More down
jump
to
back a little bit so I
Don't
don't...
be too far back. Okay, I think we're all ready to go. This is called the Old Salty Dog Blues. 1, 2, 3. In the corner with the low down blues, great big hole in the bottom of my shoes. Honey, let me be your salty dog. Let me be your salty dog, or I won't be your manly dog. Honey, let me be your salty dog. Listen to your sound, I know you run down stocking in a worn out shoe. Honey, let me be your salty dog. Let me be your salty dog, or I won't be your manly dog. Honey, let me be your salty dog. Down in the wildwood, sitting on a log, finger on trigger in the eye on the hog. Honey, let me be your salty dog. Let me be your salty dog, or I won't be your manly dog. Honey, let me be your salty dog. Hit it, boy. Pull the trigger and the gun said go. Shot heard over in Mexico. Honey, let me be your salty dog. Let me be your salty dog, or I won't be your manly dog. Honey, let me be your salty dog. Let me be your salty dog, or I won't be your manly dog. Honey, let me be your salty
call me dog.
A little bit of Flat and Scruggs, the old salty dog blues. Song number 1 for tonight's Fireside Chat, episode 2. Thank you so much for the applause. I appreciate that a lot. See, my banjo will stay up here, right?
Is everyone saying they can hear us good and stuff?
Yes, we got a lot of people saying we got good audio.
Good.
Which is, I'm so,
It's better than
so
last
happy
time.
for that. Well, if you liked our first song, the Old Salted Dog Blues, please consider giving us a like. And if you're not already, do subscribe and comment down below for more great videos like this and more live streams. We're going to try to do a Fireside Chat every single month throughout the year of 2024. And who knows? Maybe 2025 and maybe onwards.
Maybe.
We'll try to do it. It's a lot of fun to do. Okay. So, also, let's see. I want to start off really fast by asking you to pray for us. We have a really busy week coming up this week. It's Valentine's week. Tomorrow's Valentine's Day. And we have a total of 6 jazz shows.
Shows.
And if you didn't know, we do perform as a jazz duo. I play piano, jazz piano, and he plays the jazz drums. And we call ourselves 610 Jazz, and you can find us only on Facebook currently at 610 Jazz.
But you can see some of our videos on just the regular Pianjo Player site. You can see some of our jazz videos of us performing together.
That's right. But yes, be praying for us. We do have a very busy week ahead. Also, if you are around or want to take a cool little trip up to a small town, come to Floyd, Virginia on February 24th at 12 p.m. noon. There we will be making our debut performance as 610 Jazz, playing some jazz music on the keys and the drums.
Yes.
At Floyd. So come see us if you're around the area. Okay. So, also, thank you so much for the donations. If you see, what?
I think I see Molly in the background.
You see our cat?
Yeah.
Oh
You see our cat in the background. She likes to wander around during the videos while we're filming.
She's exploring, and we let her do that.
Yes.
Hey, Molly. Okay. Also, if you want to leave a little tip, you can do that. There is a thanks button at the bottom of the screen called Super Thanks, and you can leave a slight donation. We've already had a couple of you donate a little bit. I want to thank you so much for that. It helps keep Pianjo Player up and running and help us buy new equipment and make better quality videos. So thanks a bunch for all of that. Now, like I said, I want you to ask us plenty of questions, and we'll try our very best to answer them. And we're going to have a lot of fun tonight, and I'm going to check and see if there's any questions so far. If not, we'll do a few shout-outs.
Just peek back through there to see if you got any.
Okay, so right off the bat, we do have a good question right here. This is by Just In Case. The question is this: what is the most famous venue you've played at? And which do you have aspirations of playing, i.e. Grand Ole Opry, etc.? Want to go first in answering this question?
So,
your favorite venue or most famous venue that we, Brothers Young, have played at?
Well, it would probably be a tie between Merlefest and Bristol Rhythm and Roots. Would probably be the tie between those. Is the biggest places we've played at.
Yeah, Merlefest was last year, I believe. I forget the month, but it was last year. And we had so much fun. It was rocking and rolling there. It was so much fun.
It was.
Yeah, I didn't know what to expect being our first time, but we had a blast. We saw some of our favorite bluegrassers and some non-bluegrassers too. But Merlefest is probably our biggest venue we performed at. Other places we performed are Bristol Rhythm and Roots back in 2021. There we debuted our bluegrass album called B is for Bluegrass that month. We also performed many times at the Floyd Country Store, like we said, one of our favorite places to play at. And we've played at the Biltmore Estates.
Yes, that's another big place we probably played.
In Asheville, North Carolina at the Antler Hill Village. And that was a unique experience too, bringing a little bluegrass to the Biltmore.
Yes.
Can you think of any other places we played at?
Bigger than, probably not. That's probably the biggest places we've played at.
Okay, so hopefully that answers your question. And also, future aspirations. Do we want to make it to the Grand Ole Opry one day?
It would be cool.
I would say if God wills it, then by all means, sure. Let's go to the Grand Ole Opry. If God wills it. That'd be a dream come true, really. To play where the greats, where people I've looked up to played. Man, that'd be so much fun.
And maybe play at the Earl Scruggs Festival would also be really cool to do.
That's right.
In the future.
Earl Scruggs Festival in Shelby, North Carolina. We saw a couple advertisements for it last year, and we wish we could have gone, but we had some plans that prevented us from going. But hopefully, we'll get there to the Earl Scruggs Music Festival. Okay, so let's see. Let me get a few more questions in. Let me back up a little bit. Okay, someone asked, Timothy Shepard asks, do you have a P.O. box to send you things? So we do not have a P.O. box, we just have our home address. And you can send us a couple things. I'll type it in the comment section right here, but the address is 5144 12 O'Clock Knob Road, Roanoke, Virginia, 24018. And I'll write that in the comments really fast so you can catch that. Copy and paste it really fast. We see. One more question. Did you learn the banjo at school or did you self-teach it myself? So, not at school. No, I've been homeschooled, and the banjo was a hidden talent that I didn't realize I had until I was 11 years old. And for the first couple of months that I had the banjo, I was self-taught. I watched a lot of YouTube videos, some by Jim Pankey, some by other great people like Mike Heading. Music taught me probably the first song, Rocky Top. And so I was self-taught for, I'd say, 2 to 3 months at the beginning of the banjo. But I graduated to a teacher, and I was taught for the next 4 or 5 years. But for the past 2 years, I have been on my own, learning things myself, and teaching banjo and piano. Hopefully that answers your question. Also, let me write down the address before I forget. Okay, so it should be coming up in the comment section pretty quickly. Okay, we got another question right here. This one's by Ronald Zuddy. Other than Roanoke, where would you all one day like to live? I'll let the younger brother go first since he's probably the one who will be moving the last.
Probably.
So what
Pick
do
a
you got?
place other than Roanoke. Well, I've always said I'd love to move to Pennsylvania because I just love Pennsylvania itself, just all the historic history there. I just like going to Pennsylvania a lot.
Which part of Pennsylvania?
Probably Strasburg, Pennsylvania.
Strasburg. You like the trains?
I like the trains. I'm a big fan of trains, and
I was going to say, if you did not know, he is a huge train enthusiast. And so...
real trains, model trains, all that kind of stuff.
He loves all kinds of stuff like that. So, yeah. Strasburg, Pennsylvania. Myself, well, to be honest, I'm perfectly content living here in Roanoke. But if I had to pick one other place to live, it would be probably somewhere down in Florida. I don't know why. I like the warmer climate, but I wouldn't miss having a little bit of snow every so often. I like the warm climate of Florida. I go down there every single year with my family to go to Walt Disney World, and I do like the weather down there and the environment. But I'm perfectly content living here in Roanoke. Okay. Let me refresh my live stream right here because it's getting a little bit slow.
Do you have a new? Go to live. There you go.
Okay. Also, Timothy Shepard asked Blane, fellow rail fan here, what main lines pass near you?
Norfolk Southern is the main line that pretty much passes through. Yeah, probably Norfolk Southern. That's pretty much because another place in Roanoke I do like going is just seeing like the historic Roanoke rail shops where the old Norfolk and Western Railroad was. But yes, to answer your question, the railroad that comes through is Norfolk Southern.
You like that?
Yes.
Like trains.
And I actually think there is a CSX line that passes through, but
Really?
I'm not. Don't quote me on it because I'm not 100% sure about that.
Okay. Well, I think we're getting close to doing another song. And let's see. You can check us out on Facebook at the Brothers Young and 610 Jazz. Check us out there. And if you like what you hear, please like, comment down below, and subscribe if you already aren't. So let's see. Also, if you have a place near you or you know of a place that is an event or a local venue that you think might could use us, the Brothers Young or 610 Jazz, reach out to them. Tell them about us. We always are trying to get our foot in the door in certain local venues, certain places, and we'll try our best to get there. But yes, if you know a place, local venue, or event, give them our info, and we'll be very appreciative. Just want to put that out there for you.
So you want to do another song?
I think it's time to do another song. Keeping with the tradition of love themes, the first line of this song is, "There is a time for love and laughter." And this is a song that was written by the Dillards and was made famous when they performed it as the Darlings on the Andy Griffith Show with Darlene Darlin singing it. This is a song that they wrote. It's called "There Is a Time." This one and the Old Salty Dog Blues have not yet been released on YouTube, so you're going to be the first people to hear it. This is "There Is a Time." Let's grab our instruments. Gotta bring my mic down just a little bit like this. I'm gonna angle more like this. Also, hopefully the sound still works. I really can't tell. I don't have too much of a way to
Comment and
hear
tell us if it's not sounding good, or if you can't hear Ayden or me, just let us know.
I think it's gonna work out, but we just wanna make sure.
Remember, watch that banjo head.
Oh yeah, I can't. We're a little close. This is in the key of F, starting with the D minor chord. Ready, Lynn? There is a time. Here we go. Time for love and laughter. The days will pass like summer storms. The winter wind will follow after. There is love, love is warm. There is a time for us to wander. The time is young and so are we. The woods are greener over yonder. Path is new, the world is free. There is a time when leaves are falling, the woods are gray, the paths are old. Snow will come when you start calling. You need a fire against the cold. There is a time for us to wander when time is young, and so are we. The woods are greener over yonder. Path is new, the world is free. Kick it off, Blane. So do you springtime. You find your love in summer sun. Frost will come and bring the harvest, and you can't sleep the day is done. There is a time for us to wander. Time is young, and so are we. Woods are greener over yonder. Path is new, the world is free. There is a time for us to wander. Time is young, and so are we. Woods are greener over yonder. Path is new, the world is free. Path is new, the world is free. There is Time, written by the Dillards, featured on the Andy Griffith Show. I hope we did them proud. I like that song. Originally, when we played this piece, probably about 4 years ago, Blane, with his higher voice before he went into puberty, was singing this song.
I used to sing this.
He has such the cutest little voice, man. I'll tell you what. Fix your microphone back.
Okay.
There we go. Make
That's
sure.
it.
Okay, thank you so much for that. That was There Is a Time, written by the Dillards right there. Thanks a lot. If you like what you heard, like the video, comment down below, and if you're not already, please subscribe. And stick around to the end. We got about 2 more songs, and the last one is the most heart-wrenching song that we perform. You know, sometimes Valentine's can mean a warm heart where you have a lot of love, or it could be a time for heartache, a heart-wrenching time. So we kind of put a couple songs from both sides, love and heartbreak. And if you didn't know, a lot of country songs, a lot of bluegrass songs, there's a lot of heartbreak.
Yeah.
So trying to figure out a few that do have love in it, well, it's kind of a challenge, but we figured out a few of them. Okay.
I have to go back and see if we got any.
I'll have to go back. Give us some more questions, so when I go down to the bottom, I can see some more and answer them. Let's go back and see if I've missed any. Also, thanks for the donations. You can give a slight tip to us here at Pianjo Player by hitting the thanks button down below, super thanks, and you can give a donation. It helps us get new sound equipment, make better videos for you guys to enjoy. Let me go back and get
Go back to the top and then go down.
a few more.
Maybe slow down the songs because if you want to do one,
Yeah.
since we only got 2 more. There you go.
I think I missed quite a lot. Okay, this is from Just In Case. If you were to decide to add another instrument to your ensemble, which would you learn? I'll let you go ahead and answer that first.
If I had to learn another.
If you had to just pick any instrument,
Any instrument. It
To
doesn't have to
learn.
be bluegrass.
no, it could be any instrument. Which instrument would you use? Or learn? Sorry.
The saxophone.
The saxophone.
Saxophone.
Good choice.
It would be great to go with the jazz, too. We could do take 5 completely.
That's right. Instead of me having to do both parts at once,
Yes.
which is not easy to do. Saxophone. Well, you know what? Out in the car is a saxophone waiting out there. No, I'm just joking.
Yeah, I did
Oh,
know. So,
man. But yeah, saxophone, that would be fun. For me, oh boy. Well, I've already learned how to play the banjo, the piano, and the guitar. So to pick one more to be fluent in, you guys might laugh, but I love this instrument. Don't know why. Actually, I had to pick between 2. One, to be a fun little idea, would be the accordion. I've always liked the sound of it, but people may down me because of polka music. But I like the accordion. But an instrument that I would really like to learn is the pedal steel guitar. And I do have one currently that I'm trying to learn. And I'll tell you what, it is not easy. Your right hand, you pick like a banjo, and that's probably the only easy thing about a pedal steel. Because left hand, you got a metal bar, which you slide up and down, and to hit them right on the spot because there's no frets. It's extremely challenging. But I want to learn it. The pedal steel guitar used more in country music, but I love the sound of it. That and the dobro would be my two favorite instruments that I could pick right now and try to learn. Okay, hopefully that answers your question. Do you do your cheating heart? I wish.
That is
Hank
a good
Williams, man, he wrote so many heartbreak songs. But we don't do it, unfortunately, but that's a cool idea. We might have to try your cheating heart. Matt Arnold said that he owns a Lower mandolin. So do you like your Lower mandolin?
Yes, I do. I've had it for probably about 5 years now.
5 years? Wow, that's a long time.
Because I started back in 2017 or 18. I have it written down. I need to check that, but it's somewhere in there. So it's getting close to about 6.5 years.
Do you remember or 5.5, you mean? Or is it actually 6.5 years?
Well, if I started in 2018, it's 6.
Do you remember when you first got it?
Yes, I do.
You want to tell the story?
So we were headed to Galax, Virginia for the Old Fiddlers Convention, and so one of our friends brought a mandolin, because originally I didn't have a very good mandolin. It was just like a cheap, not very good mandolin. And one of our friends, he owns a lot of instruments, he brought a mandolin, a really good mandolin, and surprised me with it, saying, "You can use this today." And it was a great set, because I was just wowed because it sounded so good compared to my other one. And so I got to play that on Galax, and then we left it, and I didn't have it. We had to give it back, which was kind of sad. But after that, we were looking for to get a good instrument to start out with. He was getting a good banjo, which is the one he has now, and I was trying to get a good mandolin, and then I remembered that mandolin, and we got it still to this day, and it's a great mandolin.
Well, I'm so glad we have it. That sounds really good, and it was a good investment, I really believe. Okay, so let's see. I got to go back down because I have a lot of comments, and we got plenty of time. We did 30 minutes, or tried to do 30 minutes last time.
Ended up being about 45
We
minutes.
realized that we need to bump the time up to a full hour. So we have all the way to 8 o'clock. You can ask your questions, and we'll play some more music. But really fast, let's get back to some more questions. Okay. Matt Arnold, I'm jealous of you, man. You can play the guitar, mandolin, banjo, and lap steel. I need you to teach me. Teach me, man. Pedal steel, that's hard. Lap steel, also difficult, especially for me at bar. But teach me, man. Oh, I love that. Let's see. Trying to find a few on.
Well, should I say a joke while you're trying to find some?
Say a joke. I saw one more that come up really fast. Someone had asked about the 610 jazz. Timothy Shepard said, "Please write down how you spell out 610 jazz." And this is how you spell out 610 jazz, just like this. And just like that, that's all it is. It's not
It's
written
literally
out
like
like
610.
SIX-TEN. No, it's just number 610 jazz. That's all it is. 610 jazz. Want to get out of the way. Okay. Okay. Gail's Food and Stuff has a great question. It says, what do you charge to perform at local places? Now, there's a lot of factors to consider here. We have a straight up charge of $100 per head. So
That's for like because we perform out of a lot of retirement homes because these people really do truly love this music, and we charge 100 for those kind of shows.
yes, and most of the retirement homes we play at are within a 30-mile radius from us, so they're pretty close. But if we were to come to a local venue, maybe where you're at, it might be a little bit more. We charge $200 for the both of us. We do play with a bass guy. His name is Steve Farmer, and he plays with us. So add that in there, about $300 for an hour show. We also have a guy named Stefan on the guitar. If you've watched some of our latest videos, the Don't Let Your Deal Go Down has Steve and Stefan both playing with us. And you can hire all of us or hire just us two for your performance. So to have a four-piece, it's about $400. For only the two of us, about $200. And
it also depends about how far away. If
yes.
you're close by, probably about $200 for both of us. If you're, say, an hour away to 2 hours away, we might charge more like $250 to $300.
So just for like gas and certain stuff like that. But yeah, basically $200 for two of us, $400 for all four of the band members, and another separate charge to see just how far away the venue is. Hopefully that answers your question. Let's see if I've gotten any more since then. Yes. I gotta go back. They keep going down so fast. Y'all are lighting up this comment section right here. I love it. Gail's Food and Stuff also asks, do you come to Northern Virginia areas like Fairfax? We can if y'all are willing to have us and can meet the price we ask. But
I think we've been to Fairfax, I think.
If we have, I don't remember. But I know we've been to some places northern, but probably not Fairfax. But I'm sure we'll eventually get up there in those Northern Virginia areas. Okay. Timothy Chapad, what is the biggest blessing you feel you have made with your music? What is the biggest blessing we have made with our music?
That's hard. I mean, we've had many, countless people come up to say, like, one was at the Biltmore Estates. One person, they were saying they were having, like, a really bad day or something, and they came and heard us, and I think it really brightened their day, and just a lot of stories like that. We've gotten countless numbers of them.
I remember, golly, it's been years ago, and I remember we were playing at Floyd. This was when we were still called Ayden and Blane Bluegrass, I think. Mm-hmm. Ayden Blane playing Bluegrass. And this was several years ago, and there was a lady who saw us play. Actually, there's been more than just one lady in the years, but this one lady came up to my parents while we were playing and was in tears, just saying how much the songs meant to her. She had been working at a hospital as a nurse, and she was going through some tough times, and she said that our music was truly a blessing. And I just think that's enough. Seeing the people smiling when we're playing our music, there's just nothing better. Just seeing people smile, see they're enjoying what we're doing, that really brightens our day, and it's probably the biggest blessing for both of us. Would you agree?
I would, definitely.
Well, let me get you a few more questions. Going way off the music topic, what are your favorite desserts? I love random questions. Well, you want to go first?
That's a great question.
Favorite dessert?
If you know yours, go ahead, because this might take me a second. Hang on.
My favorite dessert is a no-bake cheesecake. It's only got 4 ingredients, and you can make it in 10 minutes. Got to put it in the refrigerator to cool down, but it can be done easily. But my favorite is a no-bake cheesecake. I will always ask for that for any special occasion, or I may just pop it out myself and make it a little bit. But no baked cheesecake, my favorite.
For me, it would probably be a slice of chocolate cake with a scoop of vanilla ice cream on it. Would probably be my favorite.
You're making me hungry now.
Or maybe a warm brownie with a scoop of vanilla ice cream would probably be mine.
Man, gotta have that scoop of ice cream.
I love random questions like that. You are right. Those are fun questions.
Okay, this is Kentucky K, KYK. What was the hardest experience you endured playing bluegrass music? Now, this is a side of music that we don't normally show, but there have been plenty of times, and I'll say this on the scale, the great performances to the mediocre performances, they're not close, but they're a little bit farther down. There have been many times where the weather, if we're outside, the weather is important, it is key. And sometimes when the weather is cooler, say 50 degrees to 60 degrees, my fingers, especially my picking fingers, want to clam up on me and slow down, and so it's kind of painful
to
for me
play
to play
fast songs and
to
other
play
things.
just bluegrass in general. It's painful to hit those notes. And I remember we were playing the Bristol Rhythm and Roots show.
It was pouring rain.
Well,
But see, now that was good for us because we were playing inside
That's right.
and everybody came inside. So it kind of made
It
more
worked
people
out for
watch
us.
us too.
But I
So-
remember we started out a song, and I started out in the wrong key, so that was kind of embarrassing. And then I don't know what I was thinking. My brain must have been thinking another galaxy or something. But we started off wrong, and but I tell you what, when you make a mistake in bluegrass or music in general, there are plenty of things you can do. You can ad-lib something funny. That's what I love to do. I kind of play fun of myself. But yeah, it's hard to play when it's cold and your fingers want to clam up. And I'm sure other banjoists will agree that it is not easy to play when it's cold. Those are probably the hardest experiences we've had to endure playing bluegrass music. Okay, I'll go a few more questions and then we'll play our next bluegrass song.
I want to save the song to about 7:45 and then do the last one like
Or 7:40.
right at the end. Or close than that time.
Let me see. Also, Gail's Food and Stuff says, I'm sorry for the loss of your friend recently. He seemed like a great man. Yes, that was a heartbreaking loss.
It was.
I wish I had seen him more in his later years. He was my teacher for probably 8 years on the fiddle starting out and the guitar. And he had battled cancer the entire 8 years that I had been studying under him. And even after I left during COVID, he was still battling cancer. And that's ultimately what...
He battled it for so many years, and I guess it came to them.
But he was a very good friend, really. He meant a lot to both of us. He was always cracking jokes, and he was such a fun guy. And the one thing I wish I could do going back in time was to go visit him more. The last time I'd say we visited him was back
in 2022.
Yes.
But it was thankfully it was towards the end. It was like
It was during
October or something.
October, November of 2022. We did go see him, but I wish I could have seen him one last time. That's probably one thing I'll regret. But I know that I will see him again. I know that he was a Christian, and I know that this is not the end. This is a new beginning for him. He's got eternity to live in paradise, probably playing in the gospel band in heaven. And one day I know I'll probably go up there. Not probably, I know I will go up there and join him. And I will see my friend and all the others in my family who've gone before me. And I know that it is not goodbye. It is just see you later. That's one of the
things you wrote on the video, too.
That's what I love saying. Yep. That was Mr. Robbie. What a legacy he left. Really. Okay.
Any other question?
Oh, Ronald Zuddy says, does Blane charge extra if he wears his hat for jazz?
Good question.
You charge a good 5-cent charge.
Maybe
for
a
the
5
hat.
cent. Because I can pop it down and be like, thank you very much. And then pop it
And
right
he
back
drops
on.
it down, drop a few quarters in there, and put it back on his head.
So I do get a little extra change out of it. But no, we do not charge extra for the hat.
Okay. Let's do one more question, and then we'll do another song. This is from J and A. Quick question. How many hours a day do you practice? You want to go first, or shall I? Well, I practice... I practice an hour and a half of straight stuff that I am supposed to work on. But if you catch me during the day, you most likely will find me on a guitar, banjo, or most likely my keyboard upstairs, where I'll spend a good solid 4 to 5 hours a day playing music.
90% you walk in his room, he's either on his keyboard, playing the banjo, playing the guitar, playing the bass guitar. Sometimes he'll be in my room and I can just hear him on the other side and I can hear.
If you didn't know, I'm passionate about music. That's my life.
And you
Music
can just
really is.
Sometimes he can even shake the house with his bass guitar. You just hear ding 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 ding, because he likes to put on music and play the bass along with stuff.
Oh yes, it's a lot of fun. Well, I think it's time we performed another piece. Another one that we got inspiration from Flat and Scruggs playing it. Actually, it's not Flat and Scruggs. This is.
Which?
Actually, I realized it's Bill Monroe and the Bluegrass Boys.
Oh yeah, that is.
This is a song that I'm not sure if they wrote, but they covered it, or they performed it. This is a song called On and On. It's about memories of how we once loved each other. Great for the Valentine's season, that's for sure. Stick around to the end. We got one more song after this coming up, and it's the most heart-wrenching song we perform.
Remember, ask all your questions, and we'll try to get them in.
It's a wonder how this banjo goes out of tune. Okay. This is On and On. 1, 2, 3. Traveling down this long, lonesome highway, I'm so lonesome I could cry. Memories of how we once loved each other, and now you are saying goodbye.
On and on, I'll follow my darling, and I wonder where she can be. On and on, I'll follow my darling, and I wonder if she ever thinks of me.
I've cried for you, little darling. It breaks my heart to hear your name. My friends, they all so love you, my darling. They think that I am to blame.
On and on, I'll follow my darling, and I wonder where she can be. On and on, I'll follow my darling, and I wonder if she ever thinks of me.
I have to follow you, little darling. I can't sleep when the sun goes down. By your side is my destination. The road is clear, and that's where I'm bound.
my darling, and I wonder where she can be. On and on, I'll follow my darling, and I wonder if she ever thinks of me.
One more time, Blane.
On and on, I'll follow my darling, and I wonder where she can be. On and on, I'll follow my darling, and I wonder if she ever thinks of me.
On and on, Bill Monroe right there, folks. Thanks for the applause. That's our third song. Stick around to the end to hear the most heart-wrenching piece we do. On and on. That's a good old song right there.
I might have to try to get a lot of questions in.
Yes, there are so many guys. Hopefully I can get it all done, but we're trying to end at 8 o'clock, so I may have to answer them once the live stream is finished. And I'll try my very best, but we got to go fast. Thanks again for the donation. Really appreciate that. Hit the super thanks button down below to give us a little tip as musicians. Helps us go to, all the proceeds will go to getting new equipment, better equipment for making better videos. And also, if you like what you hear, like the video, comment down below, and please subscribe if you already have. It really does help us. It gets our videos pushed out in the YouTube algorithm. Please subscribe. Okay, back to all the questions. Oh my goodness. Trevor Bowman asked, what is my favorite banjo lick? You know, banjo question, I have to answer it. And, goodness gracious, where in the world do I start? Favorite banjo lick. I'm going to think about that for a second. I'll come back to that question. I'll make sure to answer it. But let me get to another one. Let me see. Sorry, I'm trying to go through the best of them. Just in case, what is the best novel you've ever read?
What's the best novel?
Also, if you don't know, Blane doesn't quite like to read too much. I instead have a small library in my room.
Well, I do like to read, but not ones that you have to squint your eyes to see all the words. If it has over 1,000 pages.
Holy mackerel.
I've read quite a few big books before.
Over 1,000 pages?
Mm-hmm. Plenty.
Wow.
I like ones that have words and pictures with them. Not saying I like picture books, but I'm just saying I like ones. And I also like intriguing story books, too.
Okay, for me, I read so many stories. Read both fiction, nonfiction, both Christian and non-Christian. Or Christian and secular. My favorite secular book series has always been the Warriors Cat series. I forget who the author is, but when I was younger, I got hooked and had to get every one of the books. The Warriors Cat series was my favorite book. My favorite Christian book has to go to C.S. Lewis. There are so many good stories and books written by him. I've read the entire Chronicles of Narnia, love that. But my favorite of his books is Mere Christianity, one of my favorites. Hopefully that answers your question.
If I had to think of one, I would go with the Adventures in Odyssey Imagination Station books. Those are great story books. I really do enjoy reading those.
They focus on the family, Adventures in Odyssey, Imagination Station books. That's good. Let me do it. Donald Turner asks, what do you do to relax? I'll tell you what I do. I'll tell you what I do. I play music.
Well, that is true. I have to.
To relax, if I'm kind of upset or having a bad day, I'll go to my room, lock myself in there for a good 30 minutes. I'll play piano.
And if he's even having a good day. he'll be playing music too. So really,
That's
he
right.
plays music
So
90%
all I
of the
gotta
day.
do is to relax, is just to play music. Relaxing music, learn new stuff. That's what I do to relax. You, on the other hand, are very, you got many endeavors.
Probably if I had to pick top 2 things I enjoy doing is probably number 2 is doing model trains. I love doing model trains. I've just loved them my whole life. Always loved them. Got quite a collection, and they're a lot of fun. Another thing I've gotten into lately in this past year is a lot of RC things. I've invested and gotten a few nice RC cars, and I run them all over the yard.
So you got a lot of endeavors.
Yeah, some of them go very fast, and some it takes me a while to catch up to them because they're just fast.
Timothy Chapad asked this question. He says, what is the most fun song that you sing together?
Probably, if I had to pick one, it's one that we haven't released yet.
Which one is that?
The Martha White theme.
Oh,
The Martha White flower
theme.
theme.
Flatt & Scruggs is their sponsor back in the 1950s when they had their Saturday, I forget, Monday or Saturday morning television show. Their sponsor was Martha White Flour. Well, you bake better biscuits, cakes, and pies with because Martha White self-rising flour, that one all-purpose flour. Martha White self-rising flour's got hot eyes. Oh, we're gonna release that soon. That's one we did, and we're gonna start doing in shows. My favorite is a song that we no longer do because you can't sing it.
Wait a minute.
It's
Let
too
me
high.
guess. Let me guess what it is. It's one I used to say. Did we do it last year?
No.
Is it Roll On Buddy?
No. It's the Crawdad song. It's so funny. If you listen to lyrics, it's
You
great.
get a line, I'll get a pole. Wait, is it you get a line?
You get a line, I'll get a pole, honey.
You get a line, I'll get a pole,
We'll
baby.
go catch those Crawdads, man. That's my favorite fun song. And don't forget, actually, I'm telling myself this. I'm not going to forget. I'm going to get to that banjo lick. I'm still thinking about it.
He'll play it when we do the last song, when he gets
That's right.
his banjo.
Yale's Food and Stuff asks, what's your favorite local restaurant?
Favorite local restaurant?
There are so many.
But what is one we get quite a lot is a question.
A good local, probably not a chain, a local business. What would your favorite be? Because there's a lot to choose from. For myself, there's one place in downtown Roanoke called Scrambled. It's got some of the best breakfasts and got gigantic hubcap pancakes.
That is true.
I do like to have. And the other one is called Elderberries. It's a smoothie, wrap, acai bowl, and all around
That would
just
probably
great
be
place to eat at.
Actually,
Elderberries.
I don't know if that is. I think that is a chain. I'm not quite sure.
Elderberries? Is
I
it?
don't know. I think it might be, but yeah, that would probably be mine if I had to say.
Timothy Chapad asks, so when will you release, Martha? That depends. Right now, we've got many other songs set to be released every single week, so it might be
3 to 4 weeks.
It might be into March,
True.
may even be into April when that song gets released. We're trying to upload certain types of videos at certain times of the month. I just uploaded pretty recently the second Pianjo Reacts, and tell me about that too. Tell me what you thought about that, because that took a long time for me to edit together and kind of showed you from my RB250 to the Foothill banjo all the way to the Paramount Resonator banjo that I first had. And if you guys haven't watched that, be sure to check it out. It's one of my most recent videos on my channel. It's called Meet My Banjos, Pianjo Reacts, Episode 2. Check it out.
Somebody said, sang the Crawdad song.
Yes, we might have to do Martha White next Fireside Chat in March. Don't have a date quite yet, but I do know we will make we will make time to do another Fireside
Hopefully
Chat.
it'll get out before the next Fireside Chat. Hopefully.
Maybe. Brenda Schreiber says, sing the Crawdad song.
Yeah, I said that. Sing the Crawdad song.
If I remember lyrics. You can lie, now get a pole, honey. You can lie, now get a pole, babe. You can lie, now get a pole. We'll go down to the Crawdad hole, honey, baby, my. That was
a little fun bit of it.
A little bit of the Crawdad song. Man, we gotta rework that up. But the harmony part for Blane is just too high at the moment.
He used to go, you get a line, I get a... It was...
Don't want you to strain too much.
Got time for about a few more
Okay,
questions.
so we only got about 4 to 5 minutes left. And I tell you what, we've had so much fun tonight. I feel like in episode 1, when we did the live stream, we were a little bit more reserved. This was our first time doing a live stream in this setting. But I tell you what, tonight has been so much fun. We're so glad that we had enough questions to go a whole hour. And we had some Valentine's-y love and heartbreak songs. And we're going to play our last one in just a second. But first, one more time, I want to say it. If you haven't already, like the video, comment down below, and please subscribe if you haven't already. Also, hit the super thanks button to give a tip to the creators here at Pianjo Player to help with new sound equipment and just all around better videos. You can check us out on Facebook at The Brothers Young. If you like jazz, check us out at 610 Jazz, also on Facebook. And if you're around the area on February 24th or want to take a trip, you give me some background music.
A little deep music while you're talking.
I think it's going to overpower, hopefully not.
Hopefully not.
If you're around Floyd, Virginia, on February 24th at 12 o'clock noon, you come see our debut performance of 610 Jazz. You can come meet us, and we can chat a little bit and tell you a little bit about ourselves. It'd be so nice to see a couple of y'all there. And let's see. And, yeah. I'm so glad a lot of you guys stuck around to the end so we can finally play the most heart-wrenching tune we know. It is a Hank Williams number. It is called I'm So Lonesome I Could Cry. But first, let me get to that one banjo lick that I will play really fast that y'all asked. Man, there's
Somebody said about my background music, what'd they say?
Okay. Background music. That's great. Let me see. If I had to pick one lick on the entire banjo to play, man, I'd probably go with an old Earl Scruggs lick. This one sounds like this. It goes all the way up to the 17th fret on the banjo, and it's like this. It's a great lick. Don't know what it's called. That is my number one lick, or this one. A fun little way to end the song right there. But we're going to play in the key of E major. Hank Williams, I'm So Lonesome I Could Cry. Thank you all so much for coming out to the second episode of the Fireside Chat, the Valentine's edition. And here we're going to do it right now. I'm so lonesome I could cry. Let me grab my lyrics just to make sure I don't forget anything. I'm so lonesome I could cry.
Ready?
Kick it off. Hear that lonesome whippoorwill. He sounds too blue to fly.
The midnight train is winding low. I'm so lonesome I could cry.
I've never seen a night so long when time goes crawling by.
The moon just went behind the clouds to hide its face and cry.
Did you ever see a robin weep when leaves begin to die?
Like me, he's lost the will to live. I'm so lonesome I could cry.
The silence of a falling star lights up a purple sky.
And as I wonder where you are, I'm so lonesome I could cry. I'm so lonesome I could cry.
Hank Williams, I'm So Lonesome I Could Cry. And that wraps it up for tonight's episode of Fireside Chat. Thank you, God bless you, and good night.